Welcome back to BBC One. We're joined today by Donald Parkinson, and he's going to describe the pornography he watches. Donald?
Yeah, I was exposed to the Glenn Greenwald humiliation tape that was possibly put out by Mossad, possibly put out by himself as part of a elaborate
Kink?
Kink.
So, who is Glenn Greenwald, for people who don't know?
He is a pornographer and journalist who earned MAGA dick rider, I guess he's now anti-MAGA now from some of the stuff I've seen.
Turned left Kautskyist, right?
No, he's not on my team yet.
No.
But
there's something very social democratic about the contents of the video, which you seem to have analyzed in intimate, near obsessive detail. Like, what happened?
Well, I know that it involves him licking spit off the floor. He's being some kind of financial domination situation, I think.
Now, you said that this was a quote unquote sexual awakening for you. Would you like to elaborate on that?
Now it's well, I don't know if
I'm a journalist, okay? I'm just asking the questions that are on the page.
No, I don't think I can I don't think I can abide by that, but it was
alleged. It's alleged.
It was a moment of I did feel kind of bad for Glenn, I don't really like the guy that much, especially after all the bootlick he did for MAGA.
So you're saying that you felt something when you saw him licking spit off the ground?
It's I guess, seeing a guy get humiliated by Mossad, you gotta feel kind of bad for them, right? But no, I didn't find it very erotic.
Was it an IDF baddie spitting on the floor, would you say? Is that the conspiracy? That they had a Mossad
it wasn't an IDF baddie, no.
Dominate Glenn Greenwald?
No, it was not an IDF baddie, no.
No. What's up, little comers? It's Composting, back at it again. The most left-leaning podcast in the whole world. I'm your social host, as always, Rosa, joined, as always, by my Democrat co-host, Unijoy.
Hello.
And today, we're joined by Otto Strasser without all the racism and slightly more bald, Donald Parkinson.
Hello. I don't know if I can abide by the Otto Strasser comparison, but
if he wasn't racist, then he's just a social democrat. He was just a racist social democrat. Yeah?
No, he was also a petty bourgeois agrarianist, which is not what I'm into, though.
Was he like gardening? Was that his thing?
Kinda, yeah. Like he was all about basically kind of doing almost like a distributist type thing. There's a Cosmonaut article about it.
That's all. Wow. So, would you take up the anti-gardening stance? Would you say?
No. I think it's a good hobby. I think people should do, what they enjoy. I think gardening, if it gets people, outside
but
and.
You take issue with it. Well, high-ranking member of the Nazi Party does it.
I take an issue with the idea of basically looting and pillaging Eastern Europe to redistribute land to the Volkish workers so they can all have their own little agrarian fiefdom, basically. But yeah.
Well, I can't believe that you're coming out against Hitler invading Eastern. That's crazy. Wow. Kite, what's your read on this? Anyway, how are you today?
But gardening in the abstract, I'm fine with. It's just combined with
Okay.
Nazism. Combined with Nazism, it's not cool.
That goes for a lot of things now that I think about it. It's like, personally, I have a lot. I think the A thing combined with Nazism, it's just sort of like, you know.
I don't know, there's some good things.
Black metal.
Black metal combined with Nazism.
Yeah, that like, I don't know. I'm not gonna say that there's no good. Like, I'm allowed to enjoy it.
So is there any good NSBM in your opinion?
Some, but like it's
Okay,
not.
but what is the NSBM that's good? Like, let's get specific here.
I'm not gonna shout out specific bands. No.
Okay. I mean, is Pest Noir an NSBM band?
Maybe, yeah.
Okay. I used to listen to their early albums a lot. They became really lame after a certain point, but
yeah, a lot of it is like fucking. It's more so like,
what about
what's
Burzum?
the band that made Burzum is overrated as shit. What's the band that made Transylvanian Hunger?
Dark Throne? I don't consider them
Yeah.
NSBM. That's
Well,
not
no, but on the back of Transylvanian Hunger, it says like a bunch of vilely anti-Semitic bullshit, you know, like at
Yeah,
the
but
back of
that's-
the physical record. But yeah.
It was more of like, I don't think they like, I see that more as just like them trolling than like actual NSBM, like ideologically, right?
You know, what's your favorite NSBM band?
Like I said, like I did enjoy Pest Noir back when I listened to that stuff more, but like,
You know, do you
I
have
don't
a
even listen to
favorite?
them that much anymore, if at all. And like, I really listen to death metal more than black metal these days when I listen to metal.
Fuck yeah, I like Swedish death metal.
Okay.
Yeah.
So like At the Gates.
At the Gates, Fear the Haunted.
Yeah, no, death metal. Death metal's awesome. I'm from Florida, so
Oh yeah. My dad's a death metal drummer. He really fucks with the Florida scene.
nice. Yeah.
Well, was, but yeah. Kite, you into metal at all?
Not in the slightest.
Yeah, I'm more of a. I'm a jazz musician. I'm much more into jazz now, which you are, which is.
Yeah, I'm a jazz head. I was listening
Could
to
you-
Duke Ellington right before this call, actually.
Could you beat Charles Mingus in a fight?
No, you would destroy me.
Why'd you like moan a little way you said that Charles Mingus would destroy you? I think that's first the Glenn Greenwald thing. Now this, it's quite interesting.
True.
Kite, you write that down in your therapist notepad.
Yeah,
Thank you.
I got
You
it.
got it.
I'm just
Thank
being
you.
real here. Charles Mingus is like that guy. Loved the fight. He was big, strong.
Would you say his body is absurd?
Yes, it is absurd.
I fuck with you, Donald. I fuck with you. You have my vote when you run for president on the
I will never run for
neo-conservative
president.
platform.
I'll tell you that right now. I'll never run for
You're
president.
gonna run for president with. You're like LaRouche. You're like the LaRouche of our time. You know that?
Okay, I can take that. I'll take that. I won't even run for president of DSA, nonetheless, like the United States.
I did have several different options for the intro bit. The most extreme of which was the Otto Strasser area. Ew, oh my fucking god. The Otto Strasser, whatever, man. Intro, but I did have other options. If you seem less willing to play along, I had modern day Rudolf Hilferding, which I feel like you'd like that. You'd love to.
Yeah,
be
no,
Rudolph
I could take that.
This one's also Strasser related. It was the angel on Otto Strasser's shoulder. Reddit power user Donald Parkinson.
Not even really a Reddit user, though.
Professional soggy pop taste tester Donald Parkinson, because your shit's named after a root beer.
True. That is true. Yeah, mug.
And then the sixth option, which was sort of the like nuclear option, was sing the entirety of the Donald Parkinson bald head like an eagle.
Oh my god.
Created by my friend, by the way. So
Needs
out.
work. It could be a bit more
We're iterating in our Lefcon Mossad headquarters. But you are the sort of like the Kim Jong Un of the Marxist Unity Group of the DSA?
And I guess I'm more like Kim Il Sung, I guess, right? Like I'm like a founder.
Yeah, you're like the father, and then every member of the DSA has to have like a picture of you on their wall right next to their N95.
I'm not on the central committee of Marxist Unity Group, and actually I've never been in the leadership of Marxist Unity Group except in the very early phases when it was like in its infancy and being formed. I kind of helped found it and then took a backseat role. So.
But you're like what the little B is to Honey Nut Cheerios to Marxist Unity Group.
I mean, I wish kind of sometimes. I wish that Marxist Unity Group would listen to me more sometimes.
You got beef with them?
No, nothing that
it sounds like you do. It sounds like air it out.
I have beef with DSA as a whole right now, basically. Like.
Oh, you're telling me that as someone who calls themselves a Marxist, you have beef with the Democrat Party, the left wing of the Democrat Party? That's crazy. I can't.
Yes, absolutely insane. Don't you believe it?
I'm like shocked at that. That's oh my god. Yeah, dude. Have you ever heard of the Lesser Evil though?
I've
Be honest, did you vote for Kamala?
Still evil, okay? It's still evil, man. It's still evil.
I mean, would you agree that Donald Trump was the lesser evil in many regards?
I no. That's an absolutely absurd statement. Like.
That's true.
MAGA is absolutely horrendous. I wouldn't, but regardless of how bad things get, I would never like say that I should have voted for Kamala Harris. Like I will never like say that I regret my vote.
Well, I mean, the conditions created made the sort of open dictatorship of the bourgeoisie.
Right, exactly.
Trump, the inevitability. Kamala Harris will have been delaying that inevitability, even if it was a matter of a decade. Like, you know.
Yeah, exactly. Like it was basically just the Biden basically created the conditions that led to this, and even if Kamala somehow eked out a victory, the raw would just intensify and eventually something like MAGA would eventually burst out anyway.
Comedy show, you know. But genuine question: why doesn't Mug? I know you're not a leader. Then why doesn't Mug break with the DSA and the Democrat Party more broadly?
I think that it sees working within DSA as worth the compromises that come with it, and sees it as basically the only thing in the socialist movement right now that's worth dealing with. It's still basically, despite all the flaws and despite all of the silliness and nonsense that we have to deal with, it still is basically like the only game in town. So
at what point do the compromises reach a point to where it would be difficult to make the consideration of yourselves as a Marxist organization? Not to allege that, but I'm curious as to what your thoughts are on that question.
I mean, for me personally, it's hard to say. Like, I think the God. If I were going to be talking about movies today, not these
Well, we're in the intro. We get to know the guest for like 20 minutes.
Right. So I guess
you know, I feel like it kind of
like you guys have to basically like conform to these guidelines or get kicked out of DSA or something like that. Something to where like if you don't basically like change your politics to conform to certain standards, and you get purged from the organization, something like that.
That's odd because you guys stand by the whole democracy thing and the idea of Marxism as a democratic movement.
Right.
How strange. Would you ever see yourself forming a true Marxist Unity Group with the Liberation Caucus and Black Red Guard who is standing by?
Like outside of DSA?
Yes, like outside of DSA, sort of a vanguard party.
I mean, I like Black Red Guard as a person, but I think we just have very different strategic ideas about like what needs to be happening in the left.
He did defend mass shootings unprompted on my show. just unprompted. I even like push at him or L to make him say anything funny. He has started saying wacky shit.
See, yeah, I think we just have different ideas about what needs to be done right now, and just different ideas about the roles of armed struggle. Like, I think, I think a group like Unity of Fields, for example, are probably, well, how should I put this? I don't think that, their idea that, there's about to be, like, some big armed struggle in the United States or whatever is some
Now,
kind of...
you tweet out a lot about your waifu, but you never specify. You never specify who is your waifu, Donald Parkinson.
Oh no, like my waifu?
Yeah, your waifu, which you tweet out about a lot.
Who? What are you talking about?
You tweet out about your waifu constant. I was wondering who it was.
I don't have a waifu. You're killing me.
Who'd you pick in Doki Doki?
I've never played it. I don't.
Damn.
He didn't tell me I had to play a video game to prepare for this.
No, I saw like you tweet out about how much you love anime girls, so it's like I thought that,
No, I am not really an anime fan.
Damn.
Not against anime, I just haven't really explored it, to be honest.
Except you said that ever since you watched the Glenn Greenwald video, you've been exploring a lot more lately.
I've been
What's
exploring the Mossad connections in the world of Brazilian pornography, I guess. I'm just kidding.
Oh yeah. See, you get it. You get it. You watch no, I can't say that. Anyway, we watched I, Robot with Will Smith. Kite, what do we think about I, Robot?
Film sucked.
Film sucked.
You know what? I'm gonna defend it.
You're defending I, Robot? Dude,
It has nostalgic value for me.
I, Robot is the left Kautskyism of movies.
Listen.
It's making something old that was mid, new, and worse.
Okay, listen. When I was in middle school, I read the book I, Robot, and I loved it.
I thought you were going to say I read Kautsky.
No, I did not read. Unfortunately, it was not that based in middle school.
So this movie is about Will Smith being racist against robots, except it's kind of low-key justified.
He's leading a single-handed heroic Luddite rebellion against this AI threat that's going to destroy humanity.
I feel like it's how like the weird I've never used ChatGPT in my life liberals feel waking up every morning.
Yes, that's what. This was a great movie to watch with AI becoming like a big ubiquitous thing in our life. Honestly,
would you say you feel like Will Smith when you wake up?
I sometimes, yeah. When I like see like when I wake up and like the first thing I do is like look at my phone and scroll my Twitter timeline, and I see like all this like rightoid AI slop. Now you kind of feel like Will Smith walking down the street in that movie, looking at all these robots and being
calling
like,
them slurs the way you have a tendency to. He calls a robot a canner with the hard R. How'd that make you feel, Kite?
Like, pretty good. I don't support robots or AI, and I think maybe...
And you do support racism.
Yeah, I mean, racism, they're like not real. Like, what's it gonna do? If I go on like ChatGPT and I call it fucking clanker, like, what's it gonna do? Like, oh, my feelings that I like don't have. It's like, I don't care. It's like,
listen, racism is power plus prejudice, okay?
Oh my fucking god, I'm gonna kick you off the fucking show. Shut up. Shut up! Sorry.
I mean, is robot a race? They're like not people, right? Yeah, so what, it'd be like machinist.
Industrialist.
Point is that you can be as racist as you want against robots because you don't have any power over them.
They're like the Israelis of machines. Would you agree?
Yes, you can be as racist as you want towards them because they have all the power.
It's true.
My point.
Okay. You know where you'd be on the Sabra tier list? You'd be right up top. You'd be Arab. That's what you'd be on the Sabra hummus tier list.
Like Lawrence of Arabia over here.
So first thing that stood out to me, the set design in this movie is awful. Will Smith goes out in the street and there are just these fucking terrible looking Audis with like really shitty body kits on them to make them look like really wide and like they have no wheels.
It was
It looks like
design.
shit. Yeah.
It looked like green screen slop the whole time, except for when they're like in his apartment.
Yeah, the movie looks like mush. It's just like, this film came out in what fucking year?
2004, right?
You saw us in theaters?
No, I didn't, but I saw it, I can't remember where did I think I saw it like when it came out on DVD.
That
You
film
want to
is,
feel old?
yeah, that film's older than me.
Yeah, the film is older than both of us, and we're both successful entertainers. Do you feel fucking old yet?
Yes,
Yeah.
I do.
Yeah.
Wait, how old are you?
60.
I am older than 30 years old.
Holy moly. That's crazy. Do you remember 9/11?
You yeah,
Yes.
where were you? Where were you?
I was in elementary school and
Were
my
you
class.
dancing? Were you dancing with my cousins? My cousins were busting it the fuck down.
Yeah, I was dancing with the Israelis. I was doing a little disco dance.
Yeah. So which is funny because the robots in this movie are unironically an allegory for the Jews.
I did not have that thought, to be honest.
No. Okay. So
I think he
Wag-
might be
okay,
deeply
Will
anti-Semitic.
Will Smith moments ensue. It turns out this old guy kills himself. Then Will Smith says one of many awesome Will Smith moments in this movie, which we will count with our new patented awesome moment counter. First awesome moment. He's getting guided around the crime scene by an employee, and he says, "You must know my ex-wife," to the employee, and they end up fucking.
I like
Yep.
that one actually.
Fucking. Yeah, it was an awesome Will Smith
Oh
moment.
wait, I got a joke that's kind of similar to that.
Yeah,
My
dude,
ex-wife,
go for it.
my ex-wife still misses me, but her aim is getting better.
What did we say?
But her aim is getting better.
Yeah.
Do you get it, Mr.
No,
Parkinson?
you have to do it three times.
No, I get it.
But
I get
her
it.
aim is getting better.
See, it's great the third time. Kite is. I'm part of a mentorship program, and Kite is one of my best pupils.
Prodigies.
Yeah, she's a fucking prodigy. You're gonna make it in comedy, kid.
I'm kind of like the Satoru Gojo of ex-wife jokes.
You're like Adam Friedland if you don't look so much like a bug. You know
I
that?
don't know. I forget who that is.
He's the bug.
Hmm.
Man,
Bug boy.
he's the guy who just got profiled by GQ.
As he got racially profiled by GQ, and they called him
He's the new
Zionist.
Joe Rogan of the libs.
I love how every fucking liberal is missing the joke of the Adam Friedland show. It's so fucking funny. So, old man killed himself. He talks to the old man's hologram. It says some mysterious shit. So he starts looking around the scene of the crime. He then says, after meeting the like robot company's AI, Vicky, our second awesome Will Smith moment. Thermostat wasn't good enough. You gave this building a brain. That's awesome. Thank you, Will Smith. And
Yeah, some of the dialogue in this movie was pretty, we'll say.
Will Smith. It was very, oh, that's hot. That's hot. He then starts searching around this guy's office, and he says, unprompted, "You know what they say? Rules are meant to be broken." And then he finds a Yakubian devil robot, which I believe that you're seeing on screen. And audio listeners, I want you to imagine like if plastic had human eyes, like if a weird GI like green soldier action figure was white and huge and had realistic human eyes.
G.I. Jane.
GI Joe.
Yeah, but it's like Will Smith. G.I. Jane.
That's really awesome, Kite. I think that you're doing such a good job. Everybody,
Did you
comment,
hear?
Kite.
Did
You're
you
doing
hear
such
that
a
Will
good job.
Smith slapped Chris Rock at the Oscars? Did you hear about
Really?
that?
Donald,
Mr.
do you
Parkinson.
hear about this?
Yeah, I unfortunately had to keep hearing about it for more than I should have.
What? I'm just hearing about this. Somebody
Yeah,
get JQ. Somebody get the JQ on the phone. They need to do a profile on this one.
Mr. Parkinson, do you remember when Chris Rock slapped Will Smith? I was too young to remember that.
We're too young for that.
What was it again? Let me hold on. Let me
Were you
Google what
there?
exactly happened.
Or were you still in
Was he there?
elementary school?
Like someone, I think it was.
Where were you when Will Smith slapped Chris Rock?
Oh yeah,
The
Chris
teacher
Rock
brought
made a
the
joke
CRT
about
TV.
Will Smith's wife Jada and
Really?
because of her shaved head, and
Really?
Will Smith
I didn't
just,
know about that.
Give him a big old slap. It was,
That's really
Yeah.
funny. I like the way you said that. The big old slap. That's awesome, Donald.
thank you.
You're doing such a everyone comment,
know-
Donald. You're doing
And
such a good job.
You know, what, Will
There was
Smith.
a big controversy. You know, everyone's like, "Oh my God, was it justified for Will Smith to slap Chris' wife?" And
Really? I haven't heard about this. In
Some
my
people
life.
were like,
Thomas, have you heard about
some people
this?
were like, "Oh, Will Smith did the right thing. He stood up for his wife." And some other people were like, "Oh, it's never okay
Crusher.
to slap someone, even if it's for your wife." Other people were like, "Oh, he's
Then-
actually being a patriarch by holding
I
honor
mean,
culture."
As a lesbian, I always see what's so spectacular about this. Like, I just slap my wife like 40% of the time, you know?
But you know what Will Smith did give to Chris Rock? That's right, a smacking. Thank you for smacking to be our sponsor of today's episode. The
Woo!
sunflower seeds you can put in your mouth and eat. They come
I
in
love them.
a range of flavors.
Oh, dude. Oh, Donald. Donnie, my boy. Do you love going to smackinsunflowerseeds.com/lilcummer to get 10% off your Smackin' Sunflower Seeds? Isn't that your favorite snack treat to start the day?
Every single day, start out with that.
You've been binging and purging Smackin' Sunflower Seeds for the past 6 months, right?
Binging like a crackhead.
And purging.
Purging, yeah.
Yeah. We're worried for you.
Don't be. I got it under control.
Donald can quit wherever you want, and you can too. When you go to smackinsunflowerseeds.com/lilcummer, spelled LILCUMMER, and you'll get 10% off your order of Smackin' Sunflower Seeds and get to support the show. Anyway, back to iRobot from 2004. So he finds this fucked up Yakuba-fied devil, and this is this goes back to the Jews thing, right? Because much like this robot, the Jews have been Yakuba-fied. No?
Yakuba-fied?
They've
Yakuba-fied,
been
yeah.
assimilated in the white American culture, basically.
Yes, exactly.
Oh yeah, I mean,
So
it's kind of the story of America in a way.
that's profound. You should make a video essay about how white as a social category keeps changing. I don't think that's ever been done before.
Yeah, I'm sure there's absolutely
I
no
really think-
academic literature written about this topic at all
Not from anybody I'll
Disgust.
listen to.
whatsoever.
Oh yeah. So this fucked up evil robot steals Will Smith's gun, and then runs away after wacky hijinks ensue. And it looks very goofy.
Yeah, that was like my problem
Um,
with this movie when it came out originally. Was like I didn't like the way the robots looked. I thought it just didn't have like a cool aesthetic. I read the book and I
Well-
really liked the book because I was a big sci-fi nerd, and I just
Then why'd you DM me at the late night hours watching iRobot right now, stroking my dick, looking at those robots? Fuck.
I guess
Why'd you
my
say
Glenn
that?
Greenwald paper
Why'd you say that? You
opened
said-
something in me, right?
You said if I glazed them bitches with my cum, you wouldn't even know it was there. Is what you told me.
I guess like you said, that Glenn Greenwald tape just opened up something in me.
You said why I'm done with Glenn Greenwald. He's gonna look like the robot from iRobot. So is what you said. What were you gonna say, Kite?
Mr. Parkinson, do you not like the robot because they're white?
Not all of them are white.
You
There's
were.
some robots that aren't white. I remember correctly from the movie.
Would you say you're racist against just the white robots?
Oh, I think it's mostly I think at a certain point the white robots start like killing all the non-white robots. I guess
Well, maybe the non-white robots need to unify with the white robot and be proletariat.
True. We need
Also
to focus on
proletariat.
taking out the thermostat robot. Well, I don't know.
Robot
Awesome.
control? More like cracker control.
Yeah. No, but
Dude, we need to get Black Red Guard back on. I thought he hated me, but apparently one of my fans asked him in the Twitch chat. He's like, no, he doesn't hate me.
that's good. That's good. No, you
That's
want to
awesome.
have BRG on your side for when the revolution.
Oh, yeah, Black Red Guard isn't on my side. I don't want to be his enemy, because that I'm just scared for my life.
Yeah, I mean when the revolution,
He's gonna blow up my fucking swing set, and I'm gonna end up on an episode of Doctor
right?
Phil.
You know that he's
I don't
gonna
want that.
have Pol in the Revolutionary Army.
Pol Pot.
You could say Pol Pot, yeah.
He then says, our fourth awesome Will Smith line, "You must know my ex-wife," to the random doctor lady after chasing after this robot, and the robot kind of gets away. So then they fucking get the robots in like a warehouse. He starts pointing a gun at the robots to see which one of them's scared. Sunny, who's the Yakubified robot, who's like a person, gets scared and tries running away again. But he gets caught by the police and starts getting interrogated by Will Smith. Then they have a very confusing part where they say a robot can't be charged with homicide, so the company takes back the robot, even though it would be negligent homicide due to a company producing faulty equipment. That robot would be seen as evidence, and the company is liable.
Right. Yeah, they're like, oh, it's like it's an industrial accident, so
Yeah, except they don't get to have the robot back if it's like a dangerous thing. That's like saying bombs can't be charged with homicide. That's some shit that Israel would say. Now that I say it out loud.
yeah.
Kill? I've never killed anything in my life. What are you gonna do? Charge a bomb with homicide? That'd be awesome. Bet BB, please hire me. If I'm ever canceled, I know I have a fallback option with you. I love you, BB. Beautiful. You ever see his 1990s picture? It's crazy how ugly he is.
He's been an ugly guy for a while.
His soul is ugly.
Yeah, the way that they handle that part was pretty funny. Then they like try to kind of cover it up, right? They're like, oh, we can't let people know about this because we're launching this new line of robots and.
So then he goes to Luigi's mansion. So fucking cat there, and we get an awesome Will Smith
Oh my god,
moment.
that whole scene
He
is ridiculous.
He says, "You're a cat. I'm black.
It's not gonna.
I'm not getting hurt again. This won't work out."
That was just that.
Thanks, Will
That whole
Smith.
thing was just so silly.
I like that part. It was a subtle nod to Will Smith's ethnicity.
But he rescues the kid at the end.
His pride in being a black man. That's true. I think that's awesome, and we should take away his black boy joy. Put hashtag black boy joy in the comments, please.
Comment penthouse.
Yep. So we then see a big robot demolish the house because the robots are trying to kill Will Smith now. And we see this awesome digital shaky cam, which I've never seen before. I've never seen a fake shaky cam before. Especially not one done as poorly as this, because there's no blur. It's just the frame is erratically moving around, zoomed in digitally. And it looks like shit. It's like straight up some of the worst quote-unquote cinematography I've ever seen.
They should have hired a cameraman with Parkinson's, am I right?
Right.
Yeah. Oh, fuck yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Anyway, he does get an awesome Will Smith moment again. He says, the woman from the laboratory they said must know his ex-wife says, "Do you ever have a normal day?" He says, "Yeah, once. It was a Thursday."
yes, that was actually the best line of the movie. That was the.
Would you say that you spilled your Soylent all over yourself in the theater there?
Yes, I was just soy facing so hard at that line.
Yeah. Dude, I think a mug should get a Soylent sponsorship. I think that would be awesome.
Have you ever had
Let me
Soylent
see.
before?
No, but I'd love to try it for it to be an awesome sponsor of the show.
I tried it once.
Why would you ever name your like drink after the cannibalism?
That was the point of it, I think,
Soylent
when they that was the whole idea.
It's people, bruh.
That's what they were trying to go for. They were making it was kind of a cheeky reference to that movie, I think.
But even cheekier is what he says. Our next line: "I'm like a malfunction magnet."
Yes. Amazing.
Yep.
Best dialogue
We
ever.
like that one. Yeah. Then they start talking about ghosts in the machine. I want to fucking blow my brains out because it's like, yeah, I know you're taking from a better book. I get it. You're taking from a better book. It's great. It's great. They make a Dreaming of Electric Sheep reference. It's awesome. That's awesome. It's awesome that you're able to reference better media. I love that. I love references. He then says, "Oh, hell no." How does he do it? How does he do it? That's when he's getting chased by big trucks as shitty Audi. And the robots are trying to kill him. He says, "It's the goddamn robots, John." And then he gets removed from the police for his seeming genocidal obsession with robots.
Yeah, they're like, man, you're sounding a bit too much like Nick Fuentes over here.
Yeah. The girl I watched it with was like, well, I don't think that we should oppress robots, even if they're like of human intelligence.
Why not?
I literally said, I don't care. Our movement is the movement to unify the species, and that includes robot apartheid.
My take is that well, if robots did become enough like humans to where we would be where that would become a question, then I think it does become like a question of.
I'd regard them as animals.
But they can't.
I'd regard them as animals at that point. Like, I don't think it's good to be cruel to animals.
Sure.
They'd be intelligent beings, but they're not on the level of humans.
Well, no, they're like lesser than animals because like they don't have like pain receptors unless
Dude,
we're really fucking.
We sound
evil.
like Israel. We can't keep talking. We sound like fucking Israelis.
But robots don't have pain receptors.
They don't. That's true.
I'm not gonna lie. Like
feel
when
like animals can.
They can't feel. Yeah, they can't feel bad if we do apartheid against them.
I don't know. I feel like if someone like beats up robots for fun,
Like
kinda, they're probably a bad person, right?
I beat up my Roomba while I'm frustrated.
True, but your Roomba doesn't like.
They slip my little ding. They slip my little ding dong into the vacuum part.
You ever play like Talking Pow, and sometimes you like leave him for like 2 weeks and not clean him or like play with him just to see how like fucked up and depressed you can get.
It's funny because that's how you treat me.
You know Pow? It's like a little like brown like triangle thing.
Why does the color of the triangle matter to you, Kite?
Well, I was describing it.
I just found that interesting. Anyway, so he's off the force. The woman comes to comfort him. She tries to talk to a CD player, which is awesome, and that's just so real. That's so true to our reality. It's fucked up what's happened. He reveals that the big twist of this movie, he has a robot arm because a robot decided to save his life, but not a little girl's from a car accident because he had a higher chance of survival.
Yeah, that is a big reveal that explains his anti-robot racism and why he's such a big Luddite, I guess.
Robot arms are like cool though.
Yeah, it's cool.
He's got the whole cyborg thing going on.
Yeah,
like Metal Gear.
The thing though is,
I'm really excited.
You should feel a kinship with the robots because of that, you know.
Yeah, I'm excited for like robot hands to come out because I'm an amputee. That'd be fucking sick, dude.
You know we're gonna be having sex with robots in 2025.
Yeah, I had sex with a robot last night.
Damn, how was it?
Friend of the show, Rose Toy.
Damn.
Yeah. Fuck you, Rose. This episode, fuck you, Rose Media. Dog, can I get fuck you, Rose Media from you?
You want me to say fuck you, Rose Media?
Yes, that's what I want you to say, but with like passion.
Fuck you, Rose Media.
Yeah. Yeah, can you say
Lucky.
Vosh mogs you? to
I
Rose
can't
Media?
I can't do that.
Damn.
Can't be
you're
seen
fucking
as
dumb. And you-
approving of Vouch. I can't be seen as a Vouch stan.
I love you, Voosh. I love you, Voosh.
No, that's a
Horse.
line too far for me. I can say, you know, I can
It's fucked up because he's to your left.
see to my left on what?
On horse
On
issues.
horse issues. Yeah, I'll take that. He can be to my left on those issues. I'm fine with that.
Those are real fucking
Is that the
issues,
real
though.
movement?
This is why I'll never join the DSA.
Is that the real
you
movement?
respect horses
According
the way
to you?
Vosh does. So he goes back. He starts talking about Hansel and Gretel or some shit and the clues and the breadcrumbs. Goes back to the headquarters. The robot Sonny, who is gonna be killed, decide not to be killed. Draws him a picture of Robo Moses, and he's Robo Moses. This is where the Jews thing comes from. It's literally just like the famous painting of Moses splitting the Red Sea
Right.
and the slaves, except the slaves are robots and Will Smith is Moses, which makes sense because the original Jews were black, so it's like, yeah, it's fair there. He also wears a leather beanie for the better part of this movie. I think that you should start wearing a leather beanie and leather pants, Donald.
I don't know if I could pull that off.
For pride.
I don't know.
Are you gay?
Not even.
No, I'm not gay.
Then why are you in fucking DSA?
Good point.
Yeah. Fucking got him.
Got me good.
That's fucking destroyed, bro. Left wing status.
Left-wing
We get the
status
status in the,
destroyed.
we get the status in the left wing. Kite.
I actually have a question. Mr. Parkinson, what was life like before 2020 when the LGBTQ was invented?
Was
Better.
was it better? No, it was terrible. Then LGBTQ brought light into the world and made everything.
I can't believe
different.
that you're fucking lying, and you're a fucking lying politician.
Yeah, I'm glad that
Typical.
no,
Typical of you people, is what I'll say. Are you Jewish or are you just in Neokowski?
I'm not Jewish. No,
Oh, that's genuinely shocking to me.
really.
This is earth-shattering news. Fuck.
Damn. Do I give off Jewish vibes?
Me and my Reddit, me and r/classical fascism are gonna have to really reevaluate a lot of things in light of this news.
True. I mean, do I give off like
Yeah.
the Jew vibe?
No, it's Kite. Can you be the one to? Would you say that Donald gives off the Jew vibe? Because
You
my
give
like
off-
my like Jews in the basement radars going like way off.
You give off the vibe of someone who like tried to learn to backflip when they were younger on a trampoline, but you never really got it down, and it's always been like a bit of a soft spot.
He blinded 6 people when he was trying to flip over, and his head reflected in the sun,
No, I never.
burning down a house.
Like that's. I never tried to do a bar.
Can you backflip?
No,
Yeah, can you do a backflip?
I would probably.
Damn.
Did you
I'd
have
probably
a
break my back if I tried to do that.
Did you have a trampoline as a kid?
No.
Were they not invented yet?
Yeah, no.
Was this
No.
was this back when you
It
had
wasn't
like a
safe to
stick
go
and a
outside
hoop
because
to
the
play with?
dinosaurs were.
No, didn't you play with a stick and a hoop growing up?
No.
That was before the wheel. The wheel was invented.
Yeah.
Oh my. Oh my.
Like I said, it wasn't safe to go outside.
Yeah, he in light of seeing that he is the robot Moses, Will Smith says, "Achoo! I'm sorry, I'm just allergic to bullshit," which is our next awesome moment. So Will Smith goes to the robot fucking Warsaw ghetto, and starts doing a robot revolution, but then the robot Aryans come in and start beating down the other robots, which is an allegory for the white robots are Israelis and the old robots are the proletarian Jews
Okay.
who speak Yiddish.
Okay, so they're like the
Being
old,
beaten down in the
old
streets.
school Jews before they get Zionized.
Yeah, they're the old school Jews before the Kubification.
Yeah.
You know. So all the robots just suddenly get out of control. It turns out that Vicky, a minor character who's an AI from the start of the movie, decided to activate robot evil mode, start a robot curfew, invade a police station, and a bunch of other shit.
Well, they're doing the revolution, basically.
Yeah. They're doing like a Gaddafi-style revolution, which is what you advocate for. The CEO of the company is dead. Vicky establishes the Robot Proletarian Vanguard Party and advocates for organic centralism. Sunny is a liberal and says that that's mean and that we should let wars continue. So then they shut it all down, and Sunny becomes Robot Moses, and that's the movie.
Yeah, I think
Jesus Christ.
the whole idea is the robots are actually enforcing the 3 laws of robotics rather than going against them is kind of the idea.
Yeah. Yeah.
But they don't really unpack that idea as much as the book does. At least from what I remember. It was like what, 20 years ago when I read it, so I don't fully remember it, but
yeah, it's not good. It's not good. The movie looks like shit. It's shot like shit. The set design's shit. Everything about it is shit. At least it's funny to like laugh at because it looks so fucking bad.
yeah, I mean,
What would you give out of 10, Donnie boy?
I thought it was entertaining to watch today, just because of like I said, seeing AI take off everywhere, seeing Will Smith lead a single-handed heroic revolt against the AI extermination agenda. It was actually kind of reminded me of the new Mission Impossible movie. That's also about like fighting some like rogue AI. It's very Hollywood. It has all the pitfalls of Hollywood, and like you said, it has very dated like not even like CGI and special effects, and it looks like shit in a lot of ways, and the aesthetics of the robots just aren't very cool. A lot of hammy dialogue.
Yep.
But it's fun. It was an enjoyable movie, to be honest.
What would you give it out of 10?
Out of 10, probably like a 5.8.
0.8? Well, okay.
Using the
Kai, what would you
pitchfork,
give
I'm
this
using
thing?
the pitchfork method of rating here, just giving like arbitrary.
Yeah, wait till you see how fucked up our method is. I'm giving it a 4 out of 15. How about you, Kai?
A 3. Yeah, I'll give it a 3.
Yep, that puts this movie as a 7 out of 30, putting it on our film ranking. Tied with The Interview from 2014. I liked The Interview more.
I liked this more than The Interview.
I don't know, I'd rather, like, what would I rather watch again? Like, I'd rather watch The Interview again, like, in a month. At least The Interview is, like, the firework Kim Jong-un big cheeks, big sexy cheeks, filled with my cum. So,
I mean,
yeah.
there was like one funny joke in The Interview.
Eminem, I'm gay, right?
It was the one about
Eminem at a talk show saying that he's gay. He's like, yeah, of course I'm gay.
was the one about
That's
Stalin giving him a tank or something, I thought. But yeah, no,
Anyway, that makes this our number 108 movie on our ranking, between The Interview and The Front Room.
Damn.
Yep. Anyway, Kite, you want to introduce this next movie?
Yeah, sure. Mission Impossible, the final mission.
The final
Impossible.
The final reckoning.
It has Tom Cruise.
The ghost of Tom Cruise, who's like,
and
a
it
ghoul
has Simon Pegg. And they do impossible missions.
Let me start off by saying to my colleagues in the whole film critic field, why the fuck is this getting warm reception? I've never been like, it's one of the most boring and dull films I've ever seen. This film is nonsense. This film has a plot told through a series of random buzzwords,
Yeah.
only explained and
The
never shown.
entity.
Just to make... Yeah, no, the movie gets a lot funnier when you watch it with Capital Accumulator, and you come up with the allegory that the entity is the Zionist entity. It's just really anti-Semitic. Like, that's funny.
Yeah.
That's funny. That was really
I just
funny.
I just kept thinking Zionist entity every time they said the entity, and that made me laugh.
Oh, yeah,
That's
me
how I
too.
enjoyed the movie.
Yeah. No, and that's how I got through it. And we kept shouting, Nuke Europa, Nuke Israel, bomb Tel Aviv when the whole
Yeah, every time the Israeli
president
flag
thing, and
came
you're
up.
I was like, fuck, I wish I voted for Kamala so she would nuke Europa. The international proletariat demands a nuked Europa and Tel Aviv in smithereens. That's what the international proletariat wants.
Yeah, I mean, the plot is just, like, ridiculous, and I mean, in the end, like, it's an excuse for Tom Cruise to do some, like, ridiculous stunts and show off.
One good stunt.
Like the one on the plane.
Yeah, the plane thing was good.
Yeah, no, that was
That's
you
it.
know, listen, I mean,
It's
they get
impressive.
you on the edge of
It's
your
a
seat,
Mission Impossible movie.
Like, they're very good at
Yeah, and it's real. It's a real stunt. It's Tom Cruise doing it, who is so fucking ugly. Oh my god. He looks like the best argument you could ever make against using Botox.
Nah, he's fine. He looks fine.
Okay, you're in your 30s and coping. It's fine.
I don't. I'm gonna hate. I'll hate on the guy for his Scientology, but listen.
Wow, okay, the anti-working class left at it again, opposing religion. Wow. Yeah. And I thought that you were a left-leaning social democrat.
No, I mean, listen, left-leaning social democrats used to be a hardcore atheist.
I agree with... Have you read, I fucking hate to be the person. Have you read Bordiga's like Bible study thing at the party congress?
No, but that sounds awesome. Honestly,
you should read that. It's awesome. See, I'm glad that you're a Kautskyist who respects his fat gay Italian aura.
I mean, I think most Kautskyists like have a respect for Bordiga.
All three of them.
Yeah, all three of them.
Yeah. Damn. How does it feel that there are probably more left communists than Kautskyists? It's like a matter of like a dozen, but you know.
I mean, most of them become Kautskyists at some point, so it doesn't bother me.
Name one example.
I can name a lot of examples. Like, swabs of Mugs membership are former left comms.
What kind?
Italian, Council.
Fuck. Council isn't really...
Yeah, I know, but...
Dude, if I become a liberal, you like, please kill me. Like, Kite, please put a bullet in my head.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I've already become a left-leaning social democrat, but like, if I do it for real, I just kind of
How
have
many
to be now.
liberals does it take to change your log by bulb? Have you heard this one, Mr. Parkinson?
I don't think so.
You're so funny.
None. They're too busy. They are gender.
Damn.
Oh, that's so funny.
Damn.
Wait, Letterboxd has a little scene when you rate your movie. The movie? That's really cute. Letterboxd plays like a little video when you rate a movie. 1 second.
Wait, no, yeah, this movie's
Sorry.
got a 3.6 on Letterboxd. I finally...
That's fucked up.
Yeah, that's a bit
That's
too
fucked
high,
up.
I'd say.
What did you think, Kite?
I like huffed a bunch of deodorant before I watched this.
You popped a bunch of what?
Oh, I huffed. Oh, I'm 1 sec.
Hello.
I huffed a bunch of deodorant before I watched. So I thought it was really boring. And I feel like I probably should have watched the other like 8 million films before watching this one, because I had no idea what was going on.
As someone who's watched the other movies, it's never any more clear.
Yeah, I mean, the first one's Brian De Palma, so it's good.
Yeah, this is directed by Christopher McQuarrie, who's directed only Mission Impossible movies, and The Way of the Gun and Jack Reacher. We're dealing with a superstar over
Jack
here.
Reacher, isn't that like a CIA thing?
Yeah, the tagline is "The law is its limits." He does not.
Would you rather be locked in a room with the Reacher or the Toucher?
The Reacher or the Toucher?
I went to the therapist's office the other day. Turns out the sign maker forgot to put a space.
Damn, that's grim.
Psycho the Rapist.
Yeah. The rapist.
You know, in Homestuck,
I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna beat you.
Rose Lalonde's like title handle is Tentacle the Rapist. Have you ever read Homestuck, Mr. Parkinson?
I don't think so, actually.
What do you mean,
I
actually?
don't think so. I've heard of it, but
It's
I don't
like
think
a
I've read
billion
it.
pages long. You need to read
Read it.
real liberal theory, dude.
Yeah.
Homestuck is peak.
Is that real liberal theory?
No.
There's nothing invariant about Homestuck. There's nothing organic about it. Anyway, they just say so many fucking words like digital covert operative, so sus, and my favorite one is 5D optical data drive. It's a nonsense movie. They need to disarm the AI called the entity that's gonna like fucking nuke Europa. And then he does that, and it's almost 3 hours long, and I feel like nothing happens in it.
Yeah, there's the diving scene.
That goes on for like 20 fucking minutes of him silently swimming around in a submarine.
Yeah. And
It's bleak, and they keep repeating shit incessantly. For the diving scene, they keep explaining how the suit works over and over and over and over. This movie could have easily been an hour and a half long.
right, and
And a far better movie. And it's like, it's sort of heisty, right? It's sort of a heisty type thriller, sort of a spy thing. And like coming after, out of like just like a couple months ago reviewing Sexy Beast, like a fucking banger of a heist movie. I am reviewing much better spy movies. Even Black Bag is more entertaining than this shit. I did not like Black Bag.
I didn't see that one yet, but I'll
It was like
have
fine.
to check out
I
Sexy
didn't like
Beast.
dislike
I
it.
haven't seen that one
It was
either.
okay. It's from the director of Under the Skin and David. Oh my god, Jonathan Glazer.
Nice.
He directed Zone of Interest 2, but Tel Aviv does it. He saved Tel Aviv from getting nuked. The actress that plays the president answers the phone and says, "This is president," instead of "This is the president."
Yeah.
And that was very funny. She says, "This is president." Well, I keep that in. It feels like they kept all of the footage in. This movie feels like it was written by AI, except it's like boring. There's nothing like technically that's fucking bad about it. The shot is fine. The script is terrible. The story is executed poorly. The action is fine but generic. It's not as good as stuff like Hard Boiled or a lot of the Hong Kong action movies we've reviewed. It's just fucking generic. Everything about it is generic. It's just it all culminates into this below average amorphous blob of 3 hours, which is hard to describe the amount of boredom experienced within. So much of this movie is just spent saying buzzwords.
Yeah, it's also got some.
It's like my
it's also
issue with
got some,
Rogue One.
there's also the scene where the Russians come in, right? There's the shootout with the Russians. Remember?
Yeah. What's Mug's take on the Russia-Ukraine war?
Neutral.
Okay.
But like,
Uh,
I don't know. I honestly I'm becoming more and more anti-Russia by the day.
but they're AES. Have you ever considered that?
Yeah, I've considered the arguments from the great Haz Aldin.
Dude, Haas is a fucking genius. I think that you should learn some things.
You
from
know, I
him,
knew
okay?
Haz before he was Haz. He used to be a left com.
Is he? Yeah, a lot of people used to be left comms because they were never left comms.
That's
They had,
always
like,
the
a
cope.
fucking
That's
Bourdieu
always the
community on
cope.
left
They weren't
They don't-
really left
No,
comms like
these
me.
people. I've seen him describe the organic process. He is not a left com. He was
He was
never
always
a left
heterodox, but like if you're a left com in modern society, you're heterodox by nature. So that's just how it is.
No,
Like, I mean,
the whole point is that it's not.
no, it is. I mean, that's how you can frame it, but like,
You're a Kautskyist, man. I don't know.
like, anyway.
Whatever. I'm a
It actually is true though that Haas was like kind of he was interested in Kautskyist stuff as well. So I shouldn't I shouldn't put all the blame on like
Yeah.
but like
Yeah. Okay. So he was a Kautskyist. See now the truth.
no, he was a left com and he got interested.
Well, do you know who else was a Kautskyist?
I didn't.
Mussolini.
No, Mussolini was a left com.
What?
I'm just fucking with you. No, he was kind of like he
Okay.
was on the left wing of the party though. He was in the left wing of the.
No, he wasn't. What the fuck are
was. He
you
was like
talking? I've seen what he's written in Avanti. He was not. Correction. I'm sorry, Donald. He was considered on the left wing of the party at one point in time. Damn, the PSI is bleak. Jesus Christ. Anyway, back to the show. He was pro-war. He was a nationalist.
not before 1914. He was part of the anti-war faction before he went pro-war. Though he took a heel.
He was on the right of that faction. Even he was always towards the right of wherever he was.
I mean, he was always flirting with like like syndicalist ideas and stuff. But I mean, he was like very skeptical of he was an abstentionist, for example. Like he was skeptical of reformism. He was sympathetic to
Kite, you're a big Mussolini lady. What's your take on this?
Democracy was saved because of him.
Nonsense.
Banger.
I think he said that.
He did.
No.
He saved democracy. That's why he's gone.
Mussolini destroyed democracy.
So do you think Hitler was more of a democratic socialist because he got elected?
No. I don't think he was a democratic socialist at all.
So being less democratic makes you more of a democratic socialist?
I don't think he was a Democrat in any way whatsoever. I think he was.
Then why did he kill billions?
Yeah, why did he get elected?
I don't think getting elected makes I don't think that's like the only thing that matters as far as democracy goes. Like that's very mechanistic.
I know
democracy.
but he got elected through the democratic system.
That was
right?
through the Weimar Constitution, which was already like it was a liberal republic.
Yeah, but that's still like democracy, or is that not real democracy?
I mean, he got elected, and then he destroyed he completely destroyed any kind of semblance of democratic institution, and his entire philosophy and ideology was about destroying any kind of democratic equality or egalitarianism in society.
Versus the U.S., which was democratic.
I wouldn't say the U.S. is. I mean, the mug. This whole thing is that the U.S. is not a democracy.
Where can we find a democracy?
Nowhere. True democracy has never been tried.
So if Hitler didn't destroy democracy, would he be a better democratic socialist?
I mean, it's.
But what democracy did he destroy if Weimar wasn't a democracy?
I mean, I think it was relative. There's a relative amount of democracy. I think to the extent.
How do we quantify the democracy quotient?
Yes, I don't know. Like the extent that there were like civil and political liberties in Weimar Germany, like Hitler destroyed them, and he created a system where the working class had no civil and political liberties. So, I mean, I don't see him as a democratic person just because he got elected and used the democratic elections of that society to get his way into power. I mean, that's...
But he did get elected.
Sure.
So that's pretty democratic, right?
That is pretty democratic.
I mean, I guess by the standards of maybe like... of... that constitution, according to like the lawyers of that society at that given moment, maybe. But... I don't know, if like a monarchist party gets elected, does that mean that they're like Democrats?
They're democratic as fuck. Look at
Well,
No.
if they get elected, then they have to be democratic, right? That's just how it works.
That's the way it works.
Because if they weren't democratic, then they wouldn't get voted
That's
for.
not really.
'Cause
No, I
that
don't.
would be
see I
democracy.
don't think that's how it works. No.
But doesn't the working class voice its interests through the power of the ballot box?
It can. It has its own party, and that party stands in elections, and they vote for that party.
And it was the national socialist party of that country. I mean,
There were a bunch
Says
of
it on the
parties
tin.
that were representative of the working class that were not that party.
like the KPD.
Yes, the KPD was far more of a mass workers' party than the fucking Nazis were.
Mhm.
That's what the
But they
SPD,
had a
to be quite
socialist on
frank.
the name.
Yeah,
They were called the Socialists, and they did get elected through democracy.
that is pretty.
Yeah, this is the problem with left communists is like
I'm not a left communist.
We're left-leaning social democrats. I don't know what you're talking
So you're
about.
Nazis, left-leaning Nazis, National Socialists.
Yeah, basically.
No, that is like one of the very silly memes that left communists do, though, is where they like claim that like both Stalinists and Nazis are like social democrats. It's like, come on, like, not everything is.
Would you say that makes you frustrated when you see that in your Twitter timeline? Would you like, Would you say you do that?
I mean, it just like I remember saying the same stuff myself, and it's just like I was so stupid when I used to say stuff like that.
Are you calling Kite stupid?
I didn't say that.
Yeah, Kite never said that. Kite thinks that Stalin was a communist.
What was that?
Kite thinks that Stalin was a communist and that Hitler was a social democrat. We're left-leaning social democrats.
But yeah, Stalin was part of the
I
Communist
mean, I
Party.
do think Stalin was.
So he's
He's
communist.
just a bad one.
When we say that,
I mean,
But he got elected. How could
he got
he
elected.
got elected.
He
That's how-
couldn't have been bad. He got elected
Yeah.
by the Soviets.
I don't want to be like stomping on your jam, Mr. Parkinson, but it seems like you're not that big fan of democracy.
Why you hate democracy so much?
Because I hate the MAGA chuds who voted in Donald Trump.
But doesn't that go against democracy?
It does go against democracy.
That you hate that the people voted?
I mean, I don't really think the United States is a democratic country or a fully democratic country or whatever, but I mean, it's hard to say that, like, you know, Donald Trump didn't get voted in through, like, I mean, I think he did win the popular vote, so can't really cope and say that it's just the Electoral College about this election. So, I mean, it does.
Would you say that would mean following that line that the American Communist Party are the real democratic socialists because they're sort of following the democratic will of the people through a Marxist-Leninist socialist framework?
I think that their tailism is just it's going to lead them.
Ooh, get mauled on, bang, 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 boom, 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 boom. Donald wins again.
I think their tailism is going to lead
What's
them
your
down,
take?
you know, a complete dead end towards the same kind of nonsense of the LaRouche people. We're just going to become like a weird.
What makes that? So they're sort of tailing this political party, right? This bourgeois political party. Would you say it's bad for a self-proclaimed Marxist or to tail a bourgeois political
Yeah,
party?
of course.
That's interesting. Anyway, back to Mission Impossible. The fucking last one. Wow, this was fucking boring. I just watched this. I feel like I have nothing to say. There's a cool plane stunt. The Rick friend of the group is like, oh, my freaking lung is prolapsing. Oh my god. Not prolapsing. Jesus Christ. You ever have an anal fissure?
No.
Donald? No?
No.
I'm excited for you.
Excuse me.
I'm gay. I don't know what to say. Kite, do you have anything more to say about this shit?
So, Mr. Parkinson, do you not support Donald Trump even though he got voted in and that's democratic?
No, I don't support Donald Trump.
That's
But if he got
interesting.
voted in, that's like democracy.
No,
right?
because democracy means that the minority has a right to disagree with the majority and organize to become a majority.
But he got voted in.
Yeah, I lost My PSL candidate didn't get voted in.
Your PSL.
Yeah, I voted for PSL. I know how lame that is. I'm sorry.
So, would you prefer a system of democracy where you always win?
I would prefer to always win. Yeah, obviously.
Through the democratic system.
I mean, it would be nice to have a situation where, like, you know, the Communist Party is like in a situation where it's like a one-party state, but like there's still like competitive elections, you know, because the Communist Party has like real disagreement within it, you know. But in the end, like it's gonna stay in power, and there isn't gonna be like some shitty.
I just had a really good idea. Maybe it won't sound as good of an idea because I'm not super great with politics. But what if you had two parties and they believed the same thing, and then you could win every time?
Right. Yeah, that's like you could have like a chud-coded communist party and like a lib-coded communist party. Like you have an ACP and a DSA and just like.
But you could just have them be like.
And they're in the end they're the same. It's just like the Republicans and the Democrats, but communist. Yeah, something like that.
And then you could win all the time.
Yeah.
Or have you thought about running as the winner, and so by default you win?
Right. I mean, you could just cancel elections and just have like a total dictatorship too.
No. I mean, like
We're
when you're getting voted on, you just tell everyone that you're gonna win, and so all of your opposition are like, oh, well, he's telling the truth because he's an elected official, right? And they don't lie, and then so they wouldn't show up to vote because they already think that you won.
If that worked, they would do it every time, and it would always succeed.
But has anyone tried doing that?
I don't know, actually. Probably. So people probably have tried stunts like that, to be honest. I'd be surprised if they haven't.
Do you think that could become the new policy of the democratic South Africans?
I don't know. Maybe it could be the policy of Trump. Maybe that's how Trump will stay in power forever.
That wouldn't be too bad because he did get elected.
It would be democratic, right? You know?
Yeah.
Why are you... Yeah, exactly. Hey, wait, Kite, do you have anything more to say about this movie?
Mission Impossible?
Yeah.
No.
Okay, Donnie, what would you give this out of 10?
Oh, fuck. Shit, let me think. Did I like this more or less?
Fiddlesticks.
You know what? I actually think I'll give it a 6 because of the entity thing.
Because it's like the Jews?
Yeah. It made me laugh.
Yeah. I'm thinking a 6 out of 15.
Okay, that works.
I give it a 1.
1, hell yeah.
Out of 15?
Yeah.
You think it's half a star? I think that...
It was bad. It wasn't... I've seen good films. Have you ever seen Ant-Man?
I've seen Ant-Man.
That's a good film.
I know you're learning the scoring system. I bump it up to like a 2.5 maybe. Not to influence you, but like I feel like a 1 star because it's not like exceptionally bad. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I didn't think it was.
I feel like
but no,
half stars or sort of like
exceptionally bad things
awful.
Would get a higher rating because this has like nothing to say or do, and so it exists for the sake of existing. Whereas a bad thing will exist as a benchmark for better films. But this is just completely like plain toast. Like there's just like nothing to say, and I think that's worse than being bad.
You think you don't think it's better than Suzanne's Fugue?
What did I give that? I gave that a 2, did I not?
You give that 1.
I'd say they're about on the same.
Okay. That gives this film a 7 out of 30. Which I'm pretty sure is the same as iRobot. Yes, it's the same as iRobot.
Yeah, I think that's about fair. It's just the typical Hollywood entertainment.
Can we put iRobot above it? Because that had Will Smith in it, and he said
that's true.
Fortnite.
So that makes it our 109th movie on the Composting Power ranking. Links in the description.
It's number 1.
The smacking. Well, if you did your fucking research, you would know it's Come and See.
Come and See. Oh, okay, yeah. think I actually did know that, actually.
Yeah.
Good movie. Very good movie.
Anyway, welcome back to Ask Composting. One sec. Do you have any questions, Kite?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you're part of the Democratic South African Party. Why do you have an American accent?
I'm one of the refugees that came over here due to Trump's great program. I've just
So are you trying to influence foreign elections by still being part of the Democratic South African Party?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to bring white genocide to America.
Is that democratic?
That's not very democratic. Would you say that the EFF is democratic?
I don't know enough about them, to be honest. I have to actually
Many
read
people
about how
call
the
you
parties.
the modern day Delunzio. Would you agree with that?
What was that?
Many people call you the modern day Delunzio. Would you agree with that?
No, I don't have the kind of swag and decadent.
He did have a very.
I don't have the decadent lifestyle and
He was-
swag that Delunzio.
He was hung as fuck,
He was like a rock star, basically.
and he was aristocratic as
Yeah.
fuck. Would you characterize yourself as
No,
aristocratic as
not
fuck?
at all.
And why should people support Mug if you're not gonna be aristocratic as fuck?
Because we're not aristocratic. You know, they want we're Republican. We're against the we want a level society.
See, now
We're
it comes full
levelers,
circle.
not
You're Republicans. You support Trump.
no.
See, we get the truth out. 'cause
Trump
he was
is
elected
just trying to
democratic.
create the new aristocracy of tech overlords, like Peter Thiel. Peter Thiel is like
Would you
the
describe-
aristocracy of today.
Would you describe as this is the emergent process of a techno feudalism even?
I mean, not in the sense of like a
Like that one Greek economist that
no.
say he was going to
Not
do
in like
something
the sense of
and then
like
did
a
nothing
break
and
from
sucked.
capitalism, but like I do think that like the tech sector of the economy is like taking like a kind of a leading role in trying to create like a more authoritarian political structure.
1 second.
Do you think AI will help people to vote in the future?
No.
I used AI to choose who I voted for in the election.
I've been doing that for the past multiple years, yeah.
I asked ChatGPT who the right option was.
Yeah. I don't think that's a good idea.
Okay, I want you to choose a color. Gray, pink, blue, gold, orange, teal, brown, purple, black, red, green, or yellow.
Hold on, I gotta use the bathroom. I'll be right back. And I'll come back with my answer.
Okay. Sure, you poop on it.
Can I also use the bathroom if everyone's going?
Okay, you can leave me alone. Alright, do you have a color picked out?
Orange.
I thought you didn't see color at Mug. That's interesting. Choose a career. Veterinarian, fashion designer, video game designer, geologist, teacher, judge, marine biologist, paramedic, chef, interior designer, librarian, or architect.
Geologist.
Okay. Choose a country to visit. Thailand, Portugal, Germany, Argentina, Chile, Iceland, Japan, Austria, India, Finland, Canada, or Nambia.
Nambia?
Austria.
That's not a country.
Austria?
Nambia?
Australia? Yeah, Austria, okay.
It is a... What the fuck?
Yeah, it's Northern African, right?
Southern Africa? What?
Southern, oh, fuck. Choose a house.
Choose a house?
Yeah, describe a house, I'll pick the one that's closest.
Like, I mean, I need options to pick from, right?
Big house, medium house, big house, medium house, hobbit hole, big house, very, very big house, modern house, little cottage, also little cottage, big house, huge house?
Just, I don't know, small house.
Do you want the red cottage or the white cottage?
The red, because I'm a communist.
This is such a big country.
Choose a TV series. Sherlock, Ted Lasso, The Office, Supernatural, Downton Abbey, This Is Us, Community, House, Breaking Bad, Stranger Things, Scandal, or Schitt's Creek.
Breaking Bad.
You didn't pick House. That's fucked up. Choose
That would
an
have been my
animal.
second.
Otter, horse, dolphin, cheetah, giant panda, goat, badger, polar bear, meerkat, fox, octopus, or elephant. There's no lion. You're like the big lion, Donnie. You know that?
The lion. You do not want to be the lion.
Octopus.
Do you
Okay.
know what the lion does to the small dog?
What barks, Donald?
What?
Okay. Choose a dessert. Molten chocolate cake, macarons, apple pie, panna cotta, chocolate brownies, strawberry ice cream, creme brulee, tiramisu, chocolate cake, lemon tart, red velvet cake, or vanilla cheesecake.
Lemon tart.
I don't think you can say that word anymore.
Yeah, you can't say anyone's. You can't say that.
I'll say it.
Choose some
Anyway.
flowers. Petunias, sunflowers, carnations, tulips, lilacs, roses, daffodils, gerberas, marigolds. I almost said mongoloids because Haas said I had Haas on my brain. Pansies, daisies, or lilies.
Daisies.
Not roses. That's crazy. Choose a hobby. Photography, hiking, gardening, soap making, home brewing, painting, calligraphy, knitting, candle making, or sewing.
Calligraphy.
It's interesting that you're not into soap. You have some anarchistic tendencies, I see. Choose a classic movie. Roman Holiday, Grapes of Wrath, Citizen Kane, All About Eve, Gone with the Wind, The Maltese Falcon, North by Northwest, It's a Wonderful Life, The Wizard of Oz, Sunset Boulevard, Casablanca, or Double Indemnity.
It's a Wonderful Life.
You are a bald eagle. You're honest, loyal, and patient. Well, you've always been alluring. People should know that you're extremely protective and you'll do what it takes to keep yourself and those that you love safe.
Wow. I'm so patriotic. I got the most American answer.
Rosa in editing, play Donald Parkinson, bald head like an eagle.
Donald Parkinson, bald head like an eagle. Blinded for people walking down the block. He blinded 20 people on a sunny day. Donald won the DSA man up for most receded hairline. His forehead shine like iceberg. It reflects cosmonaut articles from his monitor. He fat too, he obese on DSA committee, yeah, light him. Donald cut back on the cheese.
You had this answer totally prepped from the beginning.
Thank you. No, I did what bird you are, but are you BuzzFeed test? You just got bald eagle.
I'm a true patriot.
Kite, sing it with me.
Hello?
Donald Parkinson, bald head like an eagle. Blinded 20 people on a sunny day. Voted most receded hairline in the DSA. Thank you.
I've never heard of this song.
You've never heard it's gone #1 in 6 countries all across the globe.
Do you think it'll be the next Hawk tour?
Yeah. Dude, Donald, what's your take on the Hawk Tour girl hogging up Pride Month? Pun intended. You know?
Wait, is she back?
Yeah, and let's just say the gays are pretty pissed off that she's hogging up the
I
spotlight.
think she should fuck off, quite frankly.
Whoa, okay. There's this big issue with Bernie bros who are male presenting being really mean to femmes. Would you like to comment on that?
I think that it's all just a bunch of libs complaining about people who are fed up with their bullshit.
And why did you DM me dumb whore in the middle of recording?
I think I was just speaking my mind.
You speak your mind, Donald. You speak your mind. Anyway, why did you name your organization after a soda pop?
I think it was just, retroactively the association was made, but I guess I've always liked root beer, so maybe it was unconscious.
What's your favorite root beer?
I actually never was particularly in the mug root beer though, so I guess A&W is probably the superior brand, isn't it?
Yeah. Wait, are you in New York?
No. I had mentioned I'm in Florida.
Oh, I think you said you were from Florida. I assumed that you were either living in New York.
Oh, no.
I was gonna recommend a root beer that you can get at a good burger place.
Okay. Well, if I'm ever in New York, I'll check it out. I mean, I do visit.
Check this out, obviously, but and I'll buy you a burger and make fun of you in person.
Okay.
I guess.
Yeah, no, I'm down.
My therapist said I should make more friends, so that's what I've been doing.
That's good.
I'm making more friends.
You say you buy a burger. Do you remember Kanai has cheeseburger? Order in the court. I'll have a burger, please. Tag a friend who thinks like Chief Keef.
That's true. Keith, Von, Lucky, or Dirk?
Keith, Von, Lucky, or
Dirk Strider.
You heard me.
I'm supposed to pick one of those names?
Donald's not down with the culture.
Yeah, I'm not.
This is why I'm part of the Liberation Caucus, bro.
Yeah.
That's fucked up.
I'm a boomer mentally, let's be real.
Mr. Parkinson, have you heard about the Kendrick Lamar and Drake beef?
Yes, I heard all
the
about
song
it.
Not Like
I
Us?
heard all about it.
Have you heard this song where he says mustard?
Fuck.
And follow up, could you give us your best mustard yell?
No. I actually couldn't do that. I have heard the song in passing
please
though.
give us one mustard. Yeah, give us one mustard, please.
Yeah, can you give us a
You
mustard?
just want me to yell
Give us
mustard.
a mustard.
Mustard!
Yeah,
That work?
that's awesome.
Does that work for you?
That was really good. That was really awesome.
Oh, God. Yeah, I mean,
Can you name
like,
3 Kendrick songs that aren't Not Like Us, A minor, or mustard?
I like the Pimp a Butterfly album is good, but it's also
It's
like
not a song.
it's like I don't know.
Oh, you want to sing Weasley's Theory with me?
Do I want to say what with you?
Sing Weasley's Theory. You know the words.
I don't know the words, but I imagine.
Can you look it
I
up?
imagine I can't say them.
You can't. Why can't you? You can sing it.
No, I'm pretty sure the N word is in that one.
Oh, jeez. That sounds pretty
And that's
bad.
why you're trying to bait me. You're trying to bait me.
Sorry,
You sucker.
you caught me. Oops.
Yeah.
Did
I know how
that?
you I know how these
God.
podcasts go these days.
Can you give us another mustard?
Can we get one more mustard? That's so awesome that you,
That's really good.
you did that. That's so fucking awesome. Oh, wow. Wow. Let me see if we got any call-ins.
There was someone, but they left.
Oh, yeah. Aurelia was going to call in. Shout out our $25 a month patrons. We'll send you a signed poster if you join. Oh, yeah. Apparently she's drunk and at a party and couldn't wait around. So, anyway, what's your favorite social democrat other than Kautsky? Like, what's your top?
I don't know. August Babel, Eugene Debs.
You ever see the movie Babel?
Yeah, did he make the tower?
No.
Ah. Did he make the Hanging Gardens?
No.
Why do you like him then?
Yeah, it was.
He was just a good leader of the German workers' movement.
You know who else called himself that?
Hitler.
It wasn't a good guy. Hey, what the fuck are you talking about?
Oh, are we gonna say Otto Strasser?
No.
We're gonna go with LaSalle. Who?
No. Just go back in my notes. We'll notice one man's name. Rudolf
Rudolf
Hilferding,
Hilferding.
as well as go say. But you have Hitler on the brain.
Yeah, I do have Hitler
the
on the
time.
brain. that Kanye song. It's got it.
Dude, it's so fucking fire. Say it with me. All the money and fame, I still can't get my kids back. With all the money and fame, I still don't get to see my children. So I became a Nazi, bitch. Yeah, I'm the ma, ma, ma.
I can't say. I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to.
You're not. Why won't you scream Heil Hitler on a podcast being broadcast to thousands of people all across the globe?
I don't believe in those words. I can't say them.
You don't believe in the words Heil Hitler?
No.
What, do you think they're like a myth or something? Because the Holocaust was very real.
Yeah, the Holocaust was real. Even if the doors were made out of wood and it was like only 261,000 people or so, it was real.
Do you actually not believe in Hitler?
Yeah, you not believe in Hitler?
No, I believed in Hitler.
You believed in him. Were you like his mentor or something?
No, I believed in him until I realized that
he wasn't
he was
democratic
actually
enough.
a Democrat. He only got
He was a social democrat, but he wasn't. He was just social.
No, I'm not going to say Hail Hitler. Well, I guess I did just say it, but
Yep, clip him.
Got me.
Clip him.
Got
Fucking
me.
got him. Jesus.
no, the song sucks. It's like a parody of like a My Dark Beautiful Twisted Fantasy beat with like atrocious evil lyrics on top of it.
He changed it.
It's hallelujah.
Yeah,
man. Do you have an issue with that?
Not to see his kids, I guess. So we decided that he was gonna back down.
On being anti-Semitic.
Yeah, which I guess it was all just a
Dude,
stunt
did Adam?
to like get attention. He didn't actually believe all that shit.
Yeah. The only explanation for that is like if Adam Friedland stepped into his kid's life, because then I would also become like genocidally anti-Semitic.
Wait, does Adam Friedland have a kid?
I hope not. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Do you want little hatchlings running around?
You think Adam Friedland
Jesus
become the
Christ.
liberal Joe Rogan?
I think I'm the fucking center left social democrat Joe Rogan. Actually, Kite is more so, because she's the one with the insightful questions.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm just the jokes person. They do the real work.
Maybe I should become the social democrat.
Oh, you were in elementary school. What was
Maybe
that?
I should be the social democrat Joe Rogan. I'm just kidding.
That was a
Have
really
you ever
good
done
joke. I really
DMT?
liked
Oh yeah, I used to do that stuff hardcore.
Really?
Yeah.
that. I didn't know you were cool, Donnie. What the hell?
That shit's lame.
Yep, I was right. Okay.
Did you ever see the Machine Elves, Mr. Parkinson?
Yes. I mean, you're like, I did still see like aliens and shit.
Is
Do
it
you think they built the pyramids?
No.
is it true you would do cocaine off of hookers' assholes at DSA conventions?
No.
Well, I have a hooker who experienced that, who put her confession.
Must have been a decoy of me because I never did such a thing at a DSA convention.
At a DSA. So you've done cocaine off of a hooker's asshole before.
No.
Have you done cocaine off any woman's asshole?
No comment.
Okay, because I was going to say, nobody would support your political organization if you're not cool. You need to be like that one Russian politician who talked about Bush's fly being down and did like a Broadway musical about why you should vote for him and why he was going to send women back to the kitchen. That's what you need to do.
I couldn't
You'd be
condone
cool.
such a message though.
But would you say that I think that the issue with Mug is that it's just not cool enough. Like, I was trying to I'm a PR manager, and I was trying to make you help your image of not being cool by saying that you did cocaine off a hooker's asshole at a party congress. I think that you'd be more successful if you would say that you've done things like that.
Yeah.
Or if you could backflip.
That's I don't know. I do think we could use more help with our image and being cooler, but that's just like DSA as a whole could probably use help being cool.
Well, let's just say that I am in thousands of dollars of debt. So, GSA, call me. I'll do shitty liberal propaganda. Just like I do for smackinsunflowerseeds.com/littlecummer. Dude, you actually off the record. order a pack of the black pepper sunflower seeds. Those are really fucking good. They also have a churro one. It's like really fucking good.
All right, I'll check them out.
Oh hell yeah.
Should work in sales.
Anything you want? Anything like any more issues you have with the DSA that you want to air out before you go? What's your take on the masking?
I don't think that masking should be mandated at any kind of events. That's just yeah, I think there's not a COVID's not a health emergency anymore. There's a vaccine.
Yeah. Before you go, I had two articles from Cosmonaut that I wanted to ask you about from these headlines. The left can't cede patriotism to the right.
That's a Jacobin article, isn't it?
Nope, that's published on your website on 9/19/2024.
No, I don't remember publishing that one. I'm pretty sure it's a Cosmonaut article or a Jacobin article.
Yeah, because it is a Cosmonaut. Okay, one from 2023. Otto Bauer's theory of nationalism is one of Marxism's lost treasures. What did you mean by that?
That's actually something Cosmonaut might have published, actually, because Otto Bauer is interesting, in my opinion, even if I don't agree with him, but like, we would publish, like, explorations of
So
forgotten
you're
second
confessing that you're denying admitting publishing the other article, but you are admitting to publishing Otto Bauer's theory of nationalism as well as Marxism's lost treasures.
We didn't publish it, but I'm just saying, like, that does actually sound interesting, something I would read.
Wow, you're a big. Let's just say I'm a Jacobin subscriber to the physical magazine.
Did you read my article Jacobin?
About LaRouche?
Yeah.
No.
I had an article.
I don't read it. I put it out on my coffee table so women think I'm a social democrat. They fuck me.
Does it work?
Yeah.
Well, I guess it's worth the money for the subscription then.
It was a gift to me, for some reason. Anyway, do you want to tell people at home anything?
Keep on trucking, I guess. I don't know.
I like that you also appreciate Mr. Natural and Crumb. I like.
Yeah, no, I'm a big fan. I have been for a long time.
Yeah, I'm a big Spiegelman fan.
Nice.
Yep. Yeah.
I actually just got the new Crumb biography.
Oh, let me know how it is. I might read that actually. Yeah. Anyway, next week we're watching the new Wes Anderson movie, The Phoenician Scheme, which I'm really looking forward to. I've avoided any sort of information about it. Wes Anderson's my favorite director. That'll be very exciting. And Kite had picked another movie. What are we watching?
2014 Pride, because it's
Pride. That's awesome. What's that directed by?
I don't know, but it's about whales. Isn't that cool?
I love Wales. Yep, we will be watching Pride, directed by Matthew Varchis, I think. I'm not sure.
Nice.
This looks good. I'm
looking
when it
came out.
Is it true that you saw Birth of a Nation when it came out in theaters? And you were there with Otto Strasser on his shoulder.
Yeah, Otto Strasser.
Triumph of the Will.
No, that is not true. I was not alive, but no, I can't say that.
You were gonna say I wish I was.
No.
I wish I could.
I cannot abide.
Touching his body, touching Otto Strasser's body, kissing him, licking him.
No, I was not
feeling his little tenderloins.
I'm not that big of a Death and June fan.
Oh, dude, can we get one Ernst Röhm from you?
Ernst Röhm is
Can we get that at least? Yo, bass. Anyway, Kite.
Mm-hmm.
Take this out. Thing.
I've been Donald Parkinson.
And I've been bald like an eagle.
And
we're
posting.
Ba-la-ba-ba-la-ba-bum. Oh, also, I forgot to record this. We're still going. Shout out to our Patreon supporters in the $25 a month tier, where you get a signed poster from us. Those being those being Aurelia, those being Aurelia and BRG's #1 defender. And shout out to all of our $8 a month supporter, Ember Timko. Thanks for supporting the show. Anyway, bye-bye.
Ain't no toasting like composting.